Hello there, water signs. We're talking about Cancer. No, what have we done? Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I'm Michele B, and I create tarot readings for passionate women and feminine individuals who want to live a life of exciting purpose, abundant prosperity, and wonderful romantic love with yourself and then with someone else if you want to connect with them. And I'm just doing some quickie reads, and I'm just batching them all together by element and just getting them out there in the world, the messages that need to go out for folks. There they go. Ka-ching! Here they go. Whoops, Cancer, your messages already fell out. I just got started. You know what? I have been getting straight up major arcana to start out almost every sign. There's only a couple that I got the minor arcana coming up, and it's just such a hassle. I want to do this right for you, Cancer. Cancer, here we go. Here we go, Cancer. What are your messages? Any volunteers? That one. 9 of Pentacles. I've been getting this one a lot lately in some of my readings. She's kind of the queen, but she's an earth queen, right? She is the mistress of the vineyard. So, I mean, she's the kind of queen that works alongside the rest of the people. So, like if her, husband, partner owns the land, well, she's the one that manages it. So she goes in and she says, I can't tend the vines all by myself, harvest the grapes, process the wine, ferment it, bottle it, distribute it all by myself. That's way too much work for one woman to do, right? And so she reaches out to all the people in her community in true feminine style to say, hey, how about you guys help me out a little bit and we'll share the profit, right? You see her talking to this falcon here? She's like, hey, you go catch a rabbit. I'll give you a safe, cozy place to sleep at night. And, you get a chunk of the rabbit too, of course. The rabbit's like, yeah! He goes after it. There's a snail that's in the other card that I have in my other deck. There's a snail in there, but that's not in this one. Anyway, so she works with a group. She's abundant, not because she's figured out how to do something all by herself. It's because she manages the details and gives opportunities to share the wealth with other people. This management mentality is the source of a much higher level of wealth, instead of being the person that does the production, the actual, not to say that there's anything wrong with being a person that's doing the day-to-day labor of the production of something, but the management has a higher yield. The eight of this is the 9 of Pentacles. The eight of Pentacles is about showing up every day and doing the work, but the 9 of Pentacles is about managing the work that needs to be done so that everyone profits with as little work as possible. Cancer, do you have any other messages? Let me give this a little shuffle real quick for you, Cancer. My sound effects to go along with it. Did I get a flipper? Here we go. Cancer, I want that one. The Ace of Swords. So whatever is going on right now, especially I think particularly in the realm of prosperity for you, your money, your jobs, there's some communication that needs to happen in a group, like some kind of collaborative effort. We're going to work together on this thing. So it could be a job that you're at where you have coworkers, where you're a manager, or you are working under a manager. Some kind of communication needs to happen. And that's why the Ace of Swords came out. But it's going to lead to some positive results. Something needs to be said. Can you think of something that needs to be said? Or if you have an idea of some kind. You have an idea that needs to come out? What else do we have here? We have the King of Wands. He's the inspiration, but he's in reverse, which is whatever it is that your idea is that you have, and this is particularly regarding prosperity or purpose, whatever idea that you have, you're holding back from sharing, from communicating that that inspiration that you have because you don't think that it's good enough. But I feel like something's going to be really well received. This idea that you have for the collective is going to be really well received. And so you got to go forward with it. Let's get one more card for Cancer before we move on to Scorpio. And this is for those Cancers that need to hear it. Death. The Death card came out for that. It's a rebirth. It's the opposite of something ending. It is the ending of one phase and the transition into another. And yeah, if this has something to do, a lot of European and American, U.S. companies, businesses are going through some major transitions with trying to maintain their livelihoods in spite of all the changes that have been going on. So it's like this idea that's been stewing that's going to help a collective transition from one phase to another. An old phase has to end. Some kind of old phase has to end, has to be completed. And so Cancer has the ideas and just needs to get them out. Boom! However, like if this is an idea that you have that you need to communicate and it has something to do with romance, love, has something to do with your partner, your sweetheart, it's all systems go for the communication, okay? Just do it. Just say what needs to be said. Okay, moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio. What messages do we have for Scorpio? Thank you, Scorpio, for being here. We got the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is all about the legacy that's left over after you've done everything that you ever wanted to do with your life. I've done everything that I ever wanted to do, and now what do I do? Have you thought about that, Scorpio? I have collected everything that I ever wanted, and now what do I want? Let's get a little bit more information about this situation for Scorpio. Of course, it can be like you've found someone, Scorpio, you found someone or you desire someone in your life that is going to help you complete the package of like the family and like building the foundation of a life together, a material life together over the long haul. There's some of you who are experiencing that. If that's what you're looking for, that's a positive, or that's a auspicious card to have for that situation. 8 of Swords. Okay, so a lot of you Scorpios are wanting something bigger than just the material abundance and the lifestyle that everyone else is saying is the good one, right? Like the white picket fence house. Who has a white picket fence house anymore? Anyway, like, you know, like your standard American lifestyle, and, you know, the job where you're like working your way up, all that stuff. Scorpio is like wanting to look beyond that to have something bigger, but they don't know how, right? They only know the patterns that they've always been in. This is the way it's done. You just step up the ladder, you make the investments, you take out the home loan, you go through school and do the university and graduate school and all that. This is the way it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be done this way. But like, actually the greatest success comes to people that don't necessarily follow the status quo. The greatest success comes to people who do things in their own radical new way. And you're like, I want a radical new way of doing things. How do I get there? Well, you have to rethink the way that you've been taught to do it. This is my internal glass ceiling card, the 8 of Swords. It's like, rethink what you were taught at a young age that is like the right way to do things. We all have our pattern recognition from when we were young, right? We wanted to, when we saw our influential adults, our parents or grandparents, yada yada, when we saw them doing things in a certain way, we thought that's the way it's done. Especially if those influential adults were like, talking shit about anybody who didn't do it their way. That's the wrong way. That's the bad way. Look at those failures. Look at them not doing well for themselves, and so on and so forth. That's what I saw. That's what I saw my influential adults doing. So you're like really thinking, is the way that I was taught actually the right way of doing things? It's a second guessing all of that, reconstructing it. Aquarius season and so many planets being in Aquarius right now has really got you thinking about radical new ways of doing things, rebellious new ways of doing things, and breaking out of the mold, breaking out of the restrictions and ties that have held you back your whole life, that held back your family, your parents, your grandparents, from being able to live up to their fullest potential. But you're ready to break out of that, and that is beautiful, Scorpio. Really nice. And finally, I'm going on to Pisces. Let's find out the messages for Pisces. I'm just going to give my dark deck a shuffle and just move it away. And then I'm going to shuffle the white deck. Pisces. I had a COVID test today, for anybody who cares, because I had just a weird feeling in my throat. So I went ahead and did it, and it scratched the crap out of my sinuses. Got to be done, though. Got to be done. We got to make sure that we're careful and mindful of the people that are around us, that depend on us, to watch out for them. So I went ahead and got it done so I would know whether or not I was a carrier. So it's just what needs to be done to keep ourselves safe. But that's why I'm like, oh my gosh. Because he rubbed really hard. I don't know if it's necessary to rub that hard. Okay, Pisces. I really want to take this. I really want to take that. It's the Sun, but I can take one more. Let's see if there's anything more for Pisces. The Sun, the Magician, and the Eight of Cups. It's time for creating a new start. Wonderful. But this, with the Sun and the Eight of Cups both being here in reverse, and then we got the Magician, which is like the creation, being a conduit for the inspiration. Like you got you're the human with the inspiration, and you're pointing your wand up to the heavens and you are a conduit, bringing the electricity, the energy down to earth, into material form. But before you can be the magician in creating the life that you want, there's something that is not sitting right. Something that needs to be left behind. Now, if you have already experienced like the closure, there's some kind of closure of something. It's strong download that I'm getting. It's a closure of something that it brought a lot of what's the word? Excuse me. Cynicism. A situation that brought you so much cynicism. It's like, I've already been there, done that kind of attitude. It's not like Pisces to be that way very much, but it happens, right? When we've seen a lot of crap that just annoyed us. Cynicism and a jaded attitude will suck your energy away. And you will not be a conduit. It blocks it, right? It blocks the energy flow. It works like a dam in your heart, because the energy has to go through your heart to go through, to be brought into material reality. Okay, so anything you want to manifest, love, material abundance, being purposeful in your life, just feeling really good about the way that you're doing your life. It's going to be blocked, and you will not be able to create it as long as you're in a situation that makes you feel like you can't trust something. Or I think basically it's like you can't trust it. Like, I've seen this situation break my heart before. I've seen this person say they were going to do something and then they didn't. That's like, I just don't trust it. It's not going to work out. That kind of attitude, it blocks the heart. You gotta get that out of your life. You gotta move it on, shift it on over, and get it out of the way. Okay. so that you can create that magic in your life. All right. I hope I made myself clear. I got to close things out. Just letting you know that if you subscribe, you'll receive more videos. I have a string of monthly readings that I'm working on right now, like big, longer, extended 30-minute readings. And Pisces is already posted if you wanted to check that out on my channel. Okay, I gotta go. Love ya. Bye, water signs. See you later.